Welcome back to Corny Fang BS. Today we're gonna do a tier list ranking all the brawlers in the game. So how it's gonna work is we're gonna go based on whichever brawler is just most impactful in meta, who you're gonna win the most games with. And to start off, let's go with Shelly. And now Shelly, I would take her more as a B tier brawler, mainly due to the fact that she counters a lot of brawlers in the meta. Next we have Nita with her hyper buffy, star buffy, gadget buffy, all the buffies she has. She's definitely an A tier brawler, especially due to the fact that she can control a lot of games with Bruce, and Bruce is basically another teammate. Next we've got Colt. Colt's gonna be another A tier brawler. Or actually, I'm bringing him down to high B. Mainly, he has a lot of good damage, but he's mostly carried by his hyper buffy. His other buffies aren't as impactful, and you'll see a lot of other brawlers kill him easily. So this would be where Colt stands at a high B. Next we have Bull, and now Bull, oh my, I'm loving Bull. Bull is for sure an A tier. He's a great brawler, super fun to play with. I enjoy him in games of Brawl Ball, games of Knockout, Hot Zone. He's playable anywhere. He's such a great brawler. Highly recommend him. Definitely a deserved A tier. Next we have Brock. Brock would be a C tier. Out of all the marksmen in the game, he's not the greatest. He's playable still, but still, there's better. There's better for sure. Next we've got El Primo. And El Primo would be good, but then we have to take into consideration Bull is better, Damien is better, and there's other brawlers like Daryl that are better. Overall, El Primo is overshadowed by other brawlers, and he's not doing the best. Like, he's still playable in Brawl Ball, but he's just overshadowed. Next, we've got Barley. I would say C tier for him. Out of all the artilleries, he's alright, but then again, there's better options like Dynamite, like Barry, even though Barry's a supporter. There's still so much better options. Next, we got Poco, and he is a great support. I think definitely a below El Primo, above Barley, due to the fact that Poco's like still pretty playable. Poco, like, he still works as long as the team around him is tanky. Because again, supporters need those higher health brawlers to work. He's got Rosa. And Rosa is kind of a worse El Primo. Poco would be still better than her, so I would have Rosa below Poco. Next, Rico. And Rico may be our first S tier. Actually, scratch that. He would be our low A tier. Primarily due to the fact that Nita has buffies. Bull has buffies. And Rico just hasn't reached that level of buffy unlocks yet. So we can't fully say he's an S tier because he's not. He really isn't. Next we've got Jessie. And yeah, instant D. She is not the greatest in meta. She's not playable. Her shot speed's too slow. Carried by super, but again, her super is not the greatest. It still gets countered. Then we've got Dynamite, top of C tier, primarily because Dynamite's able to be a much better zoner. He's probably the best artillery. There's still others that are better, Juju, for example, and Larry and Lori. But Dynamite is making a name for himself, and he takes that C spot. Then we've got Daryl. I'll put him below Dynamite, above Brock. You want to see, honestly, Daryl is able to be more assertive than a Brock is. They're played in similar modes, so the comparison's not hard to make, especially since Daryl is able to apply more pressure than Brock is. So that goes to show that Daryl will be better than Brock. Next we've got Penny, who will be our B tier brawler that outshines hyper brawlers. Mainly because she's so great in Hot Zone, Knockout, Bounty, all of those slow kill type modes. she's able to control really well, and she'll be taking over the game. Once she gets her hyper super, it's wraps. Next, we've got Carl. I think another B tier brawler above Shelly, below Colt, because again, his gadget is so amazing, able to control while dealing crazy damage. He's a superb brawler, especially an all rounder, so he takes that spot. Next, we got Tick. Now, Tick is a close tie with Dynamite, but I think I'd rather see Daryl above Tick because when you have a Tick, oftentimes they're not good. And based on the tier list rules, it's who you're going to be winning the most games with. And if a bad random's playing Tick, you might as well consider the game a 3v2. So I'm going to put Tick below Daryl. But if your Tick is good, then they're honestly tied. Maybe Tick above Daryl. But for now, we're going to keep Tick at a C tier. Next, we've got 8-Bit. Honestly, he's playable but really slow. I'd put him in C tier. He's not the greatest yet. He could be better. He's just too slow. A lot of brawlers like Ziggy can just attack him without the fear of missing since he's pretty slow. Next, we've got Jackie, and she's probably gonna have to be a D tier. Though she has great potential, her super doesn't make up for her. It's honestly a risk factor too, because bringing all the brawlers on top of yourself, especially when you're not gonna win the 1v3 potentially, it just sets you up for failure, and that's not what you want to see. Next, we've got Gus. Gus is so deserving of an A tier. Gus has been a great support. He has been meta a couple times. He's outshined a lot of his support competitors like 8 Poco and Pam coming up. He's been really well. And now our first S tier, Bo. Bo for sure deserves his S tier category. With his hyper buffy, star buffy, gadget buffy, all the buffies, he's able to control a map of Hot Zone so well. Any map of Hot Zone he controls, especially Knockout. If it's like Bell's Rock, he can just scour the middle with a bunch of bombs. It's too much. Bo is just an amazing brawler. You can't go wrong picking him, especially if you're randoms playing brawler. You are. He's just amazing. Next, we've got Piper. In the marksman family, she's upper middle. She's not the worst, not the best. She'll take B tier for this. She still has mobility, which is really nice. Brock has his gadget, but the super leaves behind an attack and is so much farther. She's gonna be still a lot more mobile. And when it comes to Brawl Stars, you want your brawlers to be mobile. You don't want them to like be lacking in speed or unable to like bounce over walls and just get stuck. You'd want them to be able to escape. Next, we've got Pam. Pam would go below Poco above Rosa. I still think Poco's a better support than Pam is. Plus, with Pam's hyper super, the actual pod has to survive, and oftentimes your opponent will just destroy that thing instead of killing you, which is, I don't know, pretty odd, but that's the issue with Pam. She's too reliant on her spawner, or her little rig. Next, we got Frank, a decent buffied up brawler. I'd put him at A tier because he's still able to wipe out a lot of games. His hypercharge able to basically wipe out a whole enemy sector of the map. He's very controlling. He kind of does counter himself by opening up the map, but if you have teammates that need opened walls, he's a great wall opener and he's able to make some plays. So he gets his A spot, especially since he has buffies. Next, we've got BB. BB will instantly take that top A position due to the fact that she was meta like a couple balance changes ago and still is prominent. She hasn't been lacking too much. She's able to destroy enemy teams in Brawl Ball, and overall, she's still very persistent in pressure. Next, we've got Ams. I would take M's either below or above BB, primarily because M's has that tank counterness. BB, on the other hand, does have her healing factor, so she can beat an M's when it comes down to it. But that comparison's too unfair. For M's alone's playability, she's just able to push away brawlers. That's the main skill she has. She pushes pushing away brawlers. So, for example, if a brawler like Bull, like if she faced the Bull, she wouldn't be able to do too much because he could just super onto her. Against the BB though, she could stop a BB. So, due to that reasoning, I'll move her up a bit. But if you go against a mobility brawler as an M's, you want to make sure you have that knockback gadget. Otherwise, you're in a pickle. Next, we got B, upper or bottom of the C tier, mainly because if you hit her main attack and you get her second attack, you're in for a really good hit. But if you miss it, then you kind of just wasted the whole thing. You just, like, you could have done better, you know? You don't want to have that sell, could be a game winner sometimes too, and you don't want it to sell. Next, we got Gale, who underwent a crazy downfall. I don't know what happened to Gale. I for sure sing him better than Gus. He counters the meta, the assassin tank meta, Damien's, able to slow them down on every attack, push them back to the other side of the map with his hyper super. He is so amazing. So I'm gonna put him at a mid A. Honestly, I don't know why he's not played more. He needs some more love, guys. Next, we've got Nani. Again, in the marksman family, I'll put her below Piper, primarily because she still has that mobility in a sense where she can super and use her gadget to teleport. Other than that, her shot trajectory is able to help her outmatch opponents. So, oftentimes, escape isn't necessary for her, but due to the fact that she still has the ability to, she's still a great player and deserves her low B rank. Next, we got Colette, and that'll be our next S tier brawler. She's been a prominent player or brawler before Buffy's, and now with Buffy, she's even better at destroying tanks, at destroying hot zone. Like, she's able to control so much. Say you have like 3 tanks in hot zone, pushing them all out, charging another super, and just keep going at it. And especially in Heist as well, she still plays really well. Her buffs have helped her so much, and she deserves rest here. Honestly, she can't go wrong with her buff. It's great. Next, we've got Edgar, and Edgar will be our first S tier brawler to beat Bo. This is mainly because Edgar is very aggro, able to switch a game in an instant. From my old gameplays that you guys have seen from the past 2 days, I've been so prominent playing Edgar. I've been able to just change the course of a game with Edgar. And the same can be said for you. Get him fully buffied out, and he's wiping out an entire team. He's just, honestly, one of the best brawlers right now, but soon he will be outranked. And we'll see what it is. Next, we've got Stu, and Stu has low-key fallen off. He is a one-trick pony in a sense. He just dashes and has his little attack that does around 2k damage, so nothing too special. I would still take him over Pam. Oh, no, not over Pam, over Rosa, because Pam still has her healing effect, and Stu kind of just lacks. He lacks that variety to him, so he's gonna be a low C. Belle, on the other hand, will be above B. Honestly, again, she lacks mobility. Same with B, she also lacks mobility. But Belle, she's mainly like a damage dealer that gets everyone else low. She's not able to apply too much pressure because, again, if the enemy team has an assassin, they can just jump on her and kill her. So she's not too scary in a sense. Next, we've got Griff, and Griff will be the one to be Edgar. Again, he was such a prominent brawler before Buffy's, and now with Buffy's, he's able to control any game. Any game. And his Buffys have been so viable. Star Power Buffy giving him healing for each card that comes back. His Hyper Buffy give him Pierce. and his gadget buffy giving him like an expanding zone. He's just a great brawler right now, better than Edgar. And honestly, everyone in the gift shop trio, they have been blessed by Supercell right now. Next, we've got Ash, and Ash again doesn't have anything too prominent. He has his rage factor, so I would say he's better than Jesse. He's able to do a lot of damage sometimes, but he's very situational. You want to have a brawler that doesn't do pierce against him because he can use his mice to like tank the pierce. But if they do pierce, he's nothing too frightening. Next, we've got Lola, and Lola has kind of gone up meta, but then again, she still is not the greatest. So I would put her above 8-bit. I would still prefer Brock over her because she's still nothing too special. Her super is killable, and you don't want to have her selling you. Next, we have Grom. Grom is really dodgeable. He even got nerfed for some interesting reason, but it was more of a rework because he got buffed in other aspects. But still, his dodgeability is too high. Yeah, right here, below Jesse. Because again, he's too dodgeable, and if you like are playing a mobile brawler, if you're playing a brawler that outranges him, he's nothing too scary. Like he's beatable. Like yeah, he is nothing to be afraid of if you see him as your opponent. Then we've got Bonnie. And it'd be a crime to put Bonnie in D tier because she's actually pretty good with mobility, jumping out and becoming something of a Leon. Honestly, above Tick, maybe even above Dynamite because she has the potential to go from sniper to assassin. So she honestly gets that praise. She's really good. Though her hypercharge is a bit useless, like a little bit, she still does well. And also, it was projected by the Brawl Stars team that they may rework hypercharges in the future. So, if she gets a rework, she might even go up. So, for now, though, she'll be a C, high C. Next, we've got Sam. And now, Sam is super debatable because when his hypercharge is activated, he can kill anyone. But without it, he's a pretty mid brawler again. I would say he deserves this spot below Brock, below Lola, or above Lola. Mainly because he's nothing too special until he gets hypercharge. And because before hypercharge, he's kind of like a El Primo, but a bit worse. So based on that reasoning, actually, I'll put him below El Primo. Uh, yeah. But yeah, based on that reasoning, he's carried by hypercharge only, and a lot of times you don't want that. You don't want that for your brawler that they only win because of their hypercharge. Next, we've got Mandy. Honestly, an A tier sniper. Rico's probably better than her, I would say. Mandy's able to use her hypercharge to kill assassins if they jump on her. And though she is non-mobile, the sheer fact that she can use her range to stay away, her super to just annihilate anyone who dares attack her, it makes up for it. That's why you have her at A, because she's probably the best sniper in the game right now. Next, we've got Maisie. She kind of has the same issue as Brock with the slow attack, but her super allows for a bit more pressure and damage, because you get rewarded for hitting her shots, 3k damage as a reward. So I would say better than Brock. Better than Brock for sure. Next, we've got Hank. Whew, man. Hank has potential, but I'm going to have to put him in a. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How the low C. Because he's still playable. His hypercharge allows him to do a lot more. And I'm going to try to speed run the rest since I'm running low on time. So let's go. Pearl. This might be too crazy, but that. A D or B tier. Larry Laurie. One of the better artilleries. A. Angelo. I think he's overrated. He's not really that good. I'm going to put him under Sam. Yeah, I don't think he's really that good. Then we got Barry. I say above Colt. He has that control. Shade. Shade can go above Pearl actually. Maple. Oh, Meeple's a good brawler. I see him like up here. Trunk. He hasn't been too bad. Right here. Much of his buffies, low B. He's still really vulnerable. Ooh, Tara's hecka skilled. I'm gonna put her above Shade. Or yeah, above Shade. Jean has barely been played this meta. A bit over here. Max. I have not seen a Max in so long, but she doesn't deserve a bad spot, so I'll put her here. Mr. P. Oh, I used to love Mr. P, but I know he doesn't deserve it, and you do too. Sprout. Honestly, one of the worst artilleries. One of the worst artilleries. Maybe even the worst, honestly. I'm gonna put him with Hank. Lou. Oh my gosh. Great potential, Lou. Lou's an A tier for sure. He has been slept on. He can do so much good. Byron. Eh. I'll put him above Piper. He's too good. Ruffs. I've seen him been overrated a lot of times. He is not that good, guys. He's really not. He's gonna go in front of El Primo though. Squeak, great hot zone brawler. Honestly, better than Tara. Buzz, he's low-key like a shade, so I'm gonna put him above Squeak. Because again, Buzz can do a lot of good plays. Gangster. No bias, guys. We just know he's that good, right? Eve, I have never seen an Eve, bro. Any Eve players in the chat, comment down below. I've seen no one. Okay, we're going pretty fast. Otis. Oh man, Otis is S tier. Right here. Counters so much. Buster, A tier due to his potential. Um, Gray, lower A. RT here. Willow. Mm, mm, that's good enough. Right here for Doug. Really situational. You don't want to play him anywhere that he's not good in. Charlie kind of got better, but better than Ruffs though. Miko. Better than Ruffs. Melody. Kind of a niche baller at this point. I'm gonna put her above Poco. Lily, an A tier, one of the better assassins. Clancy, amazing damage dealer. I'll put him with Rico. Mo, he's not that good honestly, but he's not horrible, so I'm gonna put him below Poco. Juju, ooh, one of the better artilleries, instantly better than Larry and Lori. Ollie hasn't been too great in meta recently, but I know he's definitely on the gooder side of things, so I'm gonna put him above Lola. Finks. Finks has a lot of potential to be a great brawler with slowdown and stuff. Better than Frank. Lumi, oh my days. Lumi had a great buff. I still think like worse than Bull though. And then Jaeyoung, oh my. Not Jaeyoung. Yeah, I think that's fair for her. A tier. Ziggy. Ziggy low-key gets to go up here. Gigi. I've been killed by Gigi so many times, and due to that fact, I'll put her here. Globert, best support. If you're gonna max any support, go for Globert. Nausea, also an S tier brawler, better than Griff. Damien, better than Nausea. Spike, can't be worse than A. Crow, can't be worse than an A, but better than M's, I would say. Leon, right here. And Sandy has barely been played. And then all the legendary brawlers right now, all of these brawlers, consider them A tier brawlers. The video is about to end soon, so I just want to thank you all for watching this far. I'm just so glad the channel has actually made some progress. I've gotten around 150 views, 3 subscribers. So I just want to thank you for watching and thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you all.